down to the grounds on that one. All right, so welcome. I guess this is the introductory thing. This is also take 3 because take 2, which I was rather proud of, was recorded with the microphone on mute. So, learning experiences. It's mid-May. Everything is mostly green outside, and it is still quite foggy today. So it seemed kind of apropos to launch on today, or maybe I had nothing better to do. It seemed logical to start with Bram Stoker, as these are all going to be readings of public domain or requested works which would be allowed to be read without any kind of licensing. There may be polling on this in the future, and we'll see. Also, multiple channels, because I'm not quite sure how this is going to be distributed yet. But for now, this is probably on the YouTube thing. But I wanted to cover a couple of things real quickly, since this is still the introduction. I'm never going to ask you to like or subscribe. I'm not going to engineer my sound with varying levels that make my voice a whisper and my intro the volume of an amphitheater that shatters all your crystal. I'm never going to assault you with bad design, poor graphics, or a camera 5 inches from my face so that you can see all of my pores. What I will do is just give you stories and things to listen to, maybe put on the background and enjoy on your own time, or download and listen to later. So we'll just take something from kind of the middle of the book, maybe a page worth, and we'll see how this turns out, because this is also a sound test. So, all right. Shortly before 10 o'clock, the stillness of the air grew quite oppressive, and the silence was so marked that the bleating of a sheep inland or the barking of a dog in the town was distinctly heard, and the band on the pier, with its lively French air, was like a discord in the great harmony of nature's silence. A little after midnight came a strange sound from over the sea, and high overhead the air began to carry a strange, faint, hollow booming. Then, without warning, the tempest broke, with a rapidity which at the time seemed incredible, and even afterwards is impossible to realize. The whole aspect of nature at once became convulsed. The waves rose in growing fury, each overtopping its fellow, till in a very few minutes the lately glassy sea was like a roaring and devouring monster. White-crested waves beat madly on the level sands and rushed up the shelving cliffs. Others broke over the piers, and with their spume swept the lanthorns of the lighthouses which rise from the end of either pier of Whitby Harbor. The wind roared like thunder, and blew with such force that it was with difficulty that even strong men kept their feet, or clung with grim clasp to the iron stanchions. It was found necessary to clear the entire piers from the mass of onlookers, or else the fatalities of the night would have increased manifold. To add to the difficulties and dangers of the time, masses of sea fog came drifting inland, white, wet clouds, which swept by in a ghostly fashion, so dank and damp and cold that it needed but little effort of imagination to think that the spirits of those lost at sea were touching their living brethren with the clammy hands of death, and many a one shuddered as the wreaths of sea mist swept by. At times the mist cleared, and the sea, for some distance, could be seen in the glare of the lightning, which now came thick and fast, followed by such sudden peals of thunder that the whole sky overhead seemed trembling under the shock of the footsteps of the storm. Wasn't on mute that time. Okay. Well, I suppose that's a good place to end it. For now.